hit that 57-yard field goal in their spring game. Takes a deep breath, and here we go. Fielded at the goal line. Jordan Nick. And he is out to the 24-yard line. And Herbie, here comes senior quarterback from Marietta, Georgia, close by, T.J.
Yes, T.J. has been a 4-year starting quarterback now, coming into this year as last year. You mentioned from Marietta, very close to the Atlanta area. You know, the knock on T.J. is he just last year forced too many throws. He threw 15 interceptions. He's very cerebral, typically makes some good decisions, but last year he had a tendency to force some throws. This year, he's got to settle down and give his offense a chance.
His running back is Johnny White. Number 34. And Yates on first down, incomplete on the screen pass to Devin Ramsey, the fullback. So the North Carolina offense, we have talked about Yates, and because Brown and Houston are not here, Johnny White steps in with Ramsey as the fullback. Now keep an eye on number 17, Zach Pianalto. He's a fine tight end, a senior. He can get downfield in the seam. They must try to get the ball, and this offensive line has to hold up here against the Tigers. No suspensions in the offensive line. White's first carry, and it's a good one. Fumble, that's been his problem. LSU has it. It has plagued Johnny White throughout his career, and Brandon Taylor recovers that fumble, and it'll be LSU football. I think White, lingering on the field, thought his knees might have been down. Let's take a look.
That's what he's saying. He's pointing to say he's down. It looks like from up here that his hand was down, but his body was not down. That's a fumble and a ball, and obviously LSU gets the big turnover here early. And you can just imagine Johnny White stepping in as the third-string tailback tonight, has to be the starter. All night he felt himself in his first carry, just hold on to the football. Great run, but he ended up.
It's under review. So the fellows upstairs, this is a SEC crew. Steve Shaw, one of the best NCAA referees in the country, will go over to the headset. You saw the back come down. There was an LSU player underneath him. Did the knee hit the ground before the ball came loose? That's a fumble. I believe it is. And that will put...
Fred, it's a great effort for him with this kind of pressure, but it looked like the ball just came out right before he touched the surface.
Shaw will get the word, and then he'll pass it along. Regardless, now when LSU gets the football, whether they get it here a little bit later, Gary Croton upstairs, the offensive coordinator, he said it may take him up to 3 series tonight to settle in and figure out just who Carolina is using and what their style of play is going to be. There are so many unknowns for Les Miles and this Tiger coaching staff here tonight. Obviously, they want to see how the secondary is going to play. When you have youngsters throughout your secondary, there is Croton, one time the head coach out at BYU. This is the first time that Croton has called plays for LSU when they've had a starting quarterback come back. He's very pleased with Jordan Jefferson.
After review, the play stands is called.
So now it will be Jefferson. And the Tigers with the first play here, Herbie.
Exactly how North Carolina did not want to start this game. And if you're Gary Croton, you just talked about him. 4 new starters in the secondary, a big turnover, a great chance here maybe for the quarterback to try to take a shot downfield.
So Jefferson will take the direct snap. Ridley, number 34, with that handoff, and they'll hit the middle of the defensive line and see what they've got down there one-on-one down in that pit area. Jefferson, he's a 6'5" junior. When you watch him, it looks like we've got a player down for LSU. We've got an injury timeout here, Herbie. I see.
Yeah, it looks like a big offensive lineman is down. Looks like Will Blackwell, right guard.
Well, to give you an idea, as we see the young man being tended to. the fresh faces on defense. The only starter is Powell. Now, keep an eye on 98. He's a young man who came with a reputation. He's been in trouble off and on, but he has great skill if he shows up here tonight. Sturdivant and Carter, they were authorized to play last night, came down and joined the teammate, but it's here in the secondary where you must keep an eye on everybody. Jackson, Merletti, Robinson, and Tantroy under the gun here tonight, Herbie.
And a lot of these players who are being asked to step up have great ability to play. They just don't have a lot of the experience that the players ahead of them have. So it's not necessarily a question about athletic ability. It's just about what they're going to see and how do they react to it.
Broughton will check how they position, how they play off the wide receiver. How many yards will they give them? Keeping it conservative, running right straight ahead, and first thing, they want to test that defensive line. Let's now check out the LSU offense. We, of course, have talked about Jefferson, who is backed up by Jarrett Lee. But, Herbie, we have Ridley. They're very deep at running back, aren't they?
They are, and I think that was an area last year that became an Achilles heel. They had some injuries back there, and it slowed down their ability to run the football. And they feel very, very good, not just with Ridley, but also Richard Murphy and a true freshman, Spencer Ware.
And Murphy checks in now. Jordan rolls the pocket, complete and incomplete. Russell Shepard, their all-purpose player, had to reach up. It was not a perfect throw, but it was one he probably should have handled, and he couldn't hang on. Take a second look.
He's the dynamic playmaker that Garrett Cohen just wants to find ways to get him the football in space. And it's into the boundary, ball's a little bit high. It would have been a good catch, but Jordan Jefferson here early just looks like he's aiming the football in that throw instead of just coming out and firing the ball and hitting Russell Shepard right in the numbers.
So Croton with a very conservative first series here tonight as he takes a look at Carolina. A 44-yard field goal, Jasper with a big leg. No good. And Carolina survives the turnover.
Tell you what, that may not seem like a big deal to you at home, but after everything that North Carolina's been through, to fumble the ball the first time they carry the ball, and then to stop LSU and to get the ball back, that's big for the Tar Heels.
Sliding this one to the right. Off the upright. A fired up Butch Davis.